have enough time to get to Savareen before the canisters explode.
Just have to find a faster route.
There isn't one. You can't make the Kessel Run in less than 20 parsecs.
Watch me.
There's absolutely no questioning that Star Wars is a massive film franchise. With the rebirth of the franchise with The Force Awakens, Disney has made so much money that I thought the show Money Heist was just about Mickey getting the rights. However, there's one film that flopped in the box office, and that movie is Solo. Coming off the heels of a, how should I say this, polarizing Last Jedi, Solo had the task of facing a very angry fandom. A lot of people hate the film, and a lot of people think it's just okay. But today I'm going to tell you why I think it's really good and actually one of the better movies that Disney's made. Granted, there aren't too many to pick from. I'm going to talk about the characters, plot, and a few other things. With that being said, let's begin. So starting off, I think it's important for me to talk about Han himself, played by Alden Ehrenreich. I, for one, know that a lot of people say that Alden doesn't feel like Han Solo, and to that, I kind of agree, actually. But you have to understand that he's not the Han Solo we know from the original trilogy. He's a much younger and different Han. Nobody gets mad at Anakin in Episode 1 for not feeling like Darth Vader. The Han we see in this film is on his way to becoming the Han we know, but he's not quite there yet. That being said, I think Alden does a really good job, and to me, he at least feels like the same person, just a little different. Speaking of characters, I think there are some really cool ones introduced. Right off the bat, we get Qi'ra and Beckett, who are way better than any of the new characters we get in Rogue One.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I also think that L3 is a really good example of how to make a droid. Her and K2SO are the two best droids in the franchise. I mean, outside of just being classic. Sorry, R2. Sorry, C-3PO. And they really feel like characters who contribute to the plot. I also like how dark and kind of bleak this movie can get. Like, the ending is not happy really at all. It would be so easy to have Qi'ra just get back with Han, and then you could write her out in a comic or some side story or something like that. And it would also be easy to have Beckett just like, nah, Han, we're cool, man, we're homies again. But that's not true. The writing is loyal to the characters, and Qi'ra and Beckett end up betraying Han in their own self-interest. Speaking about the relationship with Qi'ra, I've heard some people say that it's pointless because we all know that Han ends up with Leia. But that doesn't mean the relationship can't be interesting. Qi'ra helps Han grow as a person, and let's be honest, it makes us appreciate Leia so much more when she comes on. Like, think of it like this.
Kids, I'm gonna tell you an incredible story. The story of how I met your mother.
Another complaint I've read is that there are too many callbacks and that not every single thing has to be explained. But that's kind of what we wanted, right? I, for one, wanted to see him meet Chewie and Lando. It's pretty interesting, and I wanted to see his first interaction with the Falcon. Imagine how much worse the movie would be if you took all these things away. It's a nice balance of seeing the origins behind certain things while also learning more about the characters we love. I don't think anyone in Episode 5 would have expected that Lando is kind of into robots, low-key. We see the famous Kessel Run, and yes, the tension's not quite there because we know they survive, but it's still a legendary event that we want to see happen. Is Obi-Wan versus Anakin a bad fight because we know they both live? Absolutely not. For the Kessel Run, we get to see what actually was done and what Han had to do to get through this moment. It's a crazy, awesome moment in Star Wars history, and I'm just glad we get to see it.
How's it going up there?
In my opinion, Solo was a fun movie that only suffers because of the disappointment around The Last Jedi. So many people were just so mad at Star Wars, and it was so popular to hate Disney that they didn't want to like Solo. The performances, story, writing are all solid, and I think it's a big shame we might not get a sequel. It's definitely a good time, and I, for one, really enjoy it. If you'd like me to try and defend The Last Jedi, I mean, I guess I could, but that's hard. But no, I could do it. But you're going to have to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and you're not going to want to miss them. I have a special Breaking Bad video next week, and you're going to want to see it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.